prove the property of the delta function, that is the first derivative of delta function, delta dash x is equal to minus of delta dash minus x. This is one property of delta function. We can prove it by using integration by parts. We know delta function can be represented by this equation. This is the identity to represent the delta function. We have discussed about this identity in previous video. That is delta dash x, the first derivative of delta function, can be represented as minus infinity to plus infinity fx delta dash x dx. And we use integration by parts. In integration by parts, we know if you have two functions u and v, then integration of u dv is equal to uv minus v du. So we will use not v du, integration of v du. Okay, so here we will take fx is the u, so and dv we take delta dash x dx, delta dash x dx. So what will be v if you take the integration, then this will be equal to delta x. So v will be equal to delta x and u equal to fx. Now you use the standard formula integration by parts here. So integration from the left hand side, integration from minus infinity to plus infinity fx and delta dash x dx, that is equal to uv, that means fx delta x, and value of integration from minus infinite to plus infinite minus v du. V is your delta x and v du means fx dx. So du means f dash x dx. So f dash x dx into delta x. Yeah, I have rearranged the terms. This if you put upper integral minus lower integral, this will be equal to 0. Then minus infinity to plus infinity f dash x delta x dx. I have rearranged the terms, and this will be equal to minus f dash 0. This is from the property of the delta function as we have discussed previously. This is equal to minus f dash 0. So this is from the left hand side. Now I will prove it from the right hand side. In the right hand side you have minus delta dash minus x. So I have written this in the using the definition of the delta function, minus, then minus infinite to plus infinite, integration from minus infinite to plus infinite fx delta dash minus x dx. Here you have to take u is equal to fx and dv is equal to delta dash minus x dx. So v will be equal to minus delta minus x. So if you use the same formula, that is uv minus integration of v du, so what will be uv fx into multiplied by minus delta minus x, and here you have a minus, so minus minus plus, so this will be equal to fx delta minus x, integration from value of integration from or limits of integration from minus infinity to plus infinity, then integration of v du. Here you have minus and multiplied by this minus, this will be equal to plus, and integration of v means minus delta minus x and du means f dash x dx. So f dash x dx. Then you rearrange the term, you take minus to outside, so this will be minus, and this integration value of putting the limits of integration, this will be equal to 0. So this will be minus, then f dash x, I have written here f dash x into delta of minus x dx. and we know delta minus x is equal to delta x, so use that property. Then this will be equal to f dash x delta x dx, which will be equal to f dash 0, which this will be equal to f dash 0. So our result will be equal to minus f dash 0. Hence the left hand side will be equal to the right hand side. So this proves that this property delta dash x, that is the first derivative of the delta function, is equal to minus the first derivative of delta function of minus x. Thank you.